Welcome and hello, my peeps. We are back with Star Ocean, the second story R, and we are continuing playing Claude as the main character. So what I did last time, we did complete the Hoffman Ruins. We were also able to bring Ernest into our party. Of course, I still have Opera, everybody, but it was, we were able to actually recruit him, which was really good. And then I decided to actually hang around here in the Hoffman Ruins in order to work on, customization. Of course, the first thing I did was actually for Welch, Ernest, and Leon. Sorry, I blanked on the names. But for those three, what I did do was I first went ahead and leveled up all of their training. And why did I do Leon? Because I realized even though I can't actually change any of his stuff, I can actually work on customization and get him up and actually get his best weapon that you can possibly customize. So it was a long time. It's really funny because in order to do this, of course, actually everyone has at least one step in order to get to their highest weapon. Welch actually has a total of, basically, you have to do 1, 2, and then the one that I want. Ernest, you had to do 1 and then the best one, and then Leon won the best one. So it's a lot of steps, but is it worth it? Yeah, and I will show you the steps. I've also really been working on to get the, correct, the not final weapon, because it's not their best weapon, but the best one that you can actually customize. And then, of course, I wanted to get very specific factors for Welch, Ernest, both HP, Drain, and then Leon was Intelligence plus 20. So all of them were the extremely rare factors. I was able to do it, but oh my goodness, it took a long time. All right, so let's go through the steps in order to get the actual weapons. So what you'd need to do is, I always just use the Playful handy stick. So I did actually go and created more goodie boxes in order for myself to actually get the Playful handy stick. So then I'd have an extra one, so I wouldn't have to remember to actually unequip Welch and then do it. For Ernest, I did actually try to do it. I tried to get another spark whip, but it just wasn't working. And I'm like, I'm going to have to do so much grinding anyway. I just don't want to spend any more time on this. So what I did do is I did go ahead and get the rose whip, which should actually do the same thing. And then for Leon, I did just get to another encyclopedia. So and what else did I do? I realized that I did not have any experience cards, which is something that will make it so then you get double the experience. And that is great when you are running around. One, you don't have bodyguard on, and also trying to get as many linked battles as possible, especially with any of the leaders that are in there. So whenever I had that, and it was it wasn't just like, a chain of 2 or just a single one, then I would actually use the experience card. But how did I do that? I've already used them all, so I had nothing. I completely forgot that in one of the challenge missions, you actually got 5 cards, meaning you actually got experience card, and it was a total of 5, but I did a couple in order just to have them. And what I did then is I had him, Mr. Claude. He actually was able to go ahead, get back to Claude because he's 100%, and then what I did, what was it? Battle items, there it is. And so what I did, I had to go back, I actually had to restart it so that I could actually buy magical films because I didn't really have that many. And what did I do? I just created up to I think I only did 19, but really I wanted them all. But I made sure, because I knew I wanted to show you guys that I wanted to make sure I had some magical film, because I can't go back, because it really wants you to continue with the storyline after that, and I wanted to stay in the Hoffman Ruins, so I wasn't sure if I'd be able to necessarily get back, because right now it really doesn't want you to, it doesn't really want you to use fast travel at all. So, I wasn't sure if can't fast travel at all. So, so couldn't do that. So had to stay here. Did have to, like I said, start over again. So, I also found out, well, I'll talk about that later, because I have to talk about so much stuff anyway. So, what I did is, after I was able to get my experience cards, then I came back here, got Ernest, because, I had to play through it again, and then what I did is I got Welch, Ernest, and Leon all in my party, and then I just began training, doing grinding for SP, and I was able to go ahead and get them all in regards to training, and for the customization all up to level 10, because with the various steps, you could actually do the customization at level 6 or 7, no problem, but to get that last one, you had to get level 10, because could you do it at level 9? Yes, but it's like a 50% chance to actually do the weapon that you wanted to. So I wanted to make sure that everyone was at customization level 10. Alright, so Welch, if you have watched my Reina walkthrough, it's the exact same thing, because I am going to look to get to the final handy stick. So, like I said, if you've watched that, then you know exactly what I'll be doing. Although, one thing I did find out, and I don't know if this is... you can use orchestra, and that should actually help basically boost your probability to actually get the for her is to get the first step is to actually go ahead and get the worrying handy stick, and
alright, let's go.
So nope, that didn't help. So again, it's not 100%. But again, I'm doing, and yes, I know I didn't use orchestra, but if I'm not going to get it 100% of the time, then I don't want to do it.
Alright, let's go.
Let's see, handy stick.
Alright, let's go.
And one of the things I was worried about, because of course I really hadn't done a lot of research, so I was worried that I would not actually have enough of the higher materials in order to get this done. Now with Mithril, you did need to have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, you did have to have at least 3 Mithrils, 1 Moonstone, and 3 Damascus, which Damascus is a little bit easier, but you also need Damascus in order to get the bloody armor. But luckily, with actually stealing from people and, just going around and doing the storyline, I did have enough Damascus in order, to not only have the other stuff done, but also this as well. Okay, what am I doing?
Let's go.
Nope, not that. So I will try one more time, and then I will probably just...
Alright, let's go.
Yep, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off here and basically go until I get the worrying handy stick, just because I don't know how long this will take. So yeah, I'll see you in just a second. And I'm back. That actually didn't take too long. It was about 2 more attempts before I was actually able to get this. And of course, we got a rare factor. Does it matter if I had gotten anything, like nothing, just a normal factor, or this, rare one? No, because honestly, I'm gonna have to just do it again. So, What does that mean? So what that means is now I'm going to have to go ahead and do another customization, although I did not save. What am I going to save over? I guess I'll go up here and do like 17, just because I don't want to go over my current one, and I don't want to do the one beneath it, because that's where all my nice factors are. So, all right, so let's go ahead and do customization. Still working on Welch, and we need to do the Whirring Handy Stick and another Mithril. Now, I am honestly not 100% sure if I could have just continued to try through the Playful Handy Stack to actually get this next one, which is going to be this one, the Stern Handy Stick. That is the one I need, and the last one will actually be the Moonstone. So this one, luckily, there's only one thing that you can possibly create. So let's go ahead and do that.
All right, let's go.
So the final handy stick. So the attack actually does bump it up quite a bit, even just from what she's doing. Like if I was to just equip it right now, it increases a lot. I mean, some of it is the fact that I am using the Ring of Might, which, doubles the attack. But yeah, it does really good. It also ups hit, luck, critical, and guts. So yeah, that is something that is really, really good. All right, so going on to Ernest. So for Ernest, what are we doing? So again, I am going to use the Rose Whip, although I honestly could just unequip the Spark Whip and use that, but I still want to basically show you guys how to do this. So what are we doing? We are going, although in my other game I'm pretty sure I actually unequipped the Spark Whip in order to use the in order to use the Mithril in order to get it, but let's see if I can get it.
Let's get going.
The Invisible Whip, which is not a bad whip, but the one I actually want to make sure I use is going to be the high-tech whip. What's that? I know, I'm going to show you, so just a second, we're going to go ahead and reload. Customization, go here, we'll use the Rose Whip, Mithril.
Well, let's get going.
Okay, so I really wanted to show this to you. What a failure! How in the world? It's honestly because I completely spaced the fact that Ernest did not have originality or nimble fingers. And guess what you need in order to get that done? So it is something that you do want to make sure that he has at least, crafting available. And actually he has it. Apparently I've just never done anything with it. So, of course, in order to get Ernest back up, we're just going to go ahead and use... Wait, we need to use Orchestra because that actually does help. Not a guarantee, but does help. Let's go ahead and go back to crafting and Ernest, and let's just use 5 of these.
Well, let's get going.
And he learned nimble fingers. Let's do 5 of these.
Well, let's get going.
Sorry, we didn't get
let's get going.
Did he learn them both in one? Let's see. Yes, he learned both originality and nimble fingers at the same time. Would have been nice if they showed that, but sometimes it just happens. So now, when I actually, I'm like, I should have restarted and then actually done this. So I'm gonna reload because, well, that was a failure. So let's. And now, for some reason, we have to redo it. So let's do Orchestra. Go back for crafting, make sure it's him, do...
Well, let's get going.
Nimble fingers. Let's see if I did actually get both of them. And we did, so that's nice. So save this thing. Okay. And so now when I actually go ahead and do customization and go ahead and do the Rose Whip, go down to Mithril,
Well, let's get going.
and we got the invisible whip. That's not the one I wanted. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and basically, like I said, I'll just go ahead and reload, and I'll show it one more time, and if not, I'll go ahead and cut it out and then come back in, because I can't guarantee if it's just going to be one more or if it's not going to be one more, so...
Well, let's get going.
Nope, that's the invisible whip again. Alright. I might actually... Okay, so maybe I'll do that. Sorry. What might I do? I think I will go ahead and actually go back to using the spark whip. Unfortunately, you really won't be able to see how much is going to go based on the spark whip. But I'll be okay with that. Alright, so let's go ahead and save, just so that I don't have to do that again. That, and then Mithril.
Well, let's get going.
Invisible whip. Still again. Where am I going?
Well, let's get going.
Ooh, so this is the high-tech whip. So, yay. Alright, so then... So we got the high-tech whip. Not better than what we had, but again, this is multiple steps. The last one... Wait, why am I going back? The last one is actually going to be with the high-tech whip and Damascus. And it's only one, so I'm guaranteed to get this one. So we got the dark whip. Unfortunately, we did not get any factor that I wanted, but again, it's just showing you guys what it is. So, I'm like, this is why I was hoping to actually keep the spark whip, but yeah, I just wasn't sure if that was actually on the list when I was using Rose Whip, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but there was 3 options for the Rose Whip when I was doing the Mithril, and for the for the Spark Whip, there was actually 4. So I'm like, maybe it just isn't an option when you use the Rose Whip. So that's why I switched over, and it apparently worked. So that is for Ernest. So one more customization. That is going to be, of course, Leon and in the Encyclopedia with a Damascus. For him, he actually uses, for the material, he uses the Damascus both times. So let's go ahead and do this. Alright, so Damascus.
Well then, let's get it over with.
Alright, and so we got the Book of Shadows. That is lovely. That's the one we actually want to have happen. So that is the first one, and then we go down, not to Mithril, although it is something that you can use, but as you can see, it's only a level 9. If we go up to Damascus, well, it's actually still a level 9. But this one, so the Mithril one, the book that you can actually get, is a better attack, which I'm like, yay, better attack. Wait, he needs more intelligence. So that's what this one that I'm doing, which is going to be the Book of Confusion.
Well then, let's get it over with.
This one has an intelligence of 400, which, like I said, is better than the other one, because I think that one only gives like 200 or something like that, which I'm like, okay, that is really huge. And I think the attack was like 1,000 and something or other, so not an incredible boost there. But Leon should actually never used attacks, so yeah, so his attack won't really matter. So the Book of Confusion, well, actually, I'll just show you guys everything in the, when I actually load the one that I was really using. So, okay, so would I like to load? Yes, I would. So this is the save that I actually kept when I got all of the really good weapons. Alright, so Playful Handy Stick. So this one, you'll be able to see exactly, is it better? So this is the final Handy Stick. So again, it goes up a huge amount because, again, the Ring of Might. And so yeah, this is going to be a huge boost for Miss Welch. Hit goes up, luck, critical, guts. The final Handy Stick imbued with the last straw that pushes the patient of those who are continuously poked. Alright, and of course the factor is going to be HP drain. Why HP drain? Well, Welch can actually use the bloody armor. So, of course that. Alright, so Mr. Ernest, so yeah, I did actually have to use the Spark Whip when I was actually doing the customization. So this is a lower weapon than the Spark Whip. I don't remember how much, so I do apologize. But even then, you can see the Dark Whip, it did go up 1,000 for attack. Got more critical, got less hit, but it's still going to be over 300. And the description, an onyx whip said to be the physical manifestation of shadows that has the power to destroy an enemy's soul. And of course the effect is going to be dark element attack, adds a small chance to inflict instant death when attacking. And the factor I went for, HP drain, because again, Ernest can wear the bloody armor. Am I going to use him a lot? I don't know. I don't know. Alright, so the next one, of course, is Ernest, which I cannot actually show you guys. So if you notice, the attack is 654 with the intelligence of 353, which is actually not bad. But of course, what I was able to get for him is the Book of Confusion. The Book of Confusion is an evil book containing knowledge on the demon world and which feeds on the wielder's stamina. So the bad thing is, the effect reduces stamina to 0. It does nullify instant death, so someone can't put that to him, but I did actually get the factor of intelligence up 20%. Now, would I really want, like, a regular fighter to have a reduced stamina to 0? No, but I also don't really care because I'm not really going to use him. When I was actually using him in battle, I just had him run away from everyone. I didn't want him to try to contribute. I didn't want to watch any of the long spells. Yeah, so all I had him do was just simply run away. And so yeah, although I did want to show you guys the missions. What did I do? Alright, so the challenge missions. Oops. Okay, sorry, I was like, what happened? So use customization 10 times. Yeah, I did, just by, just naturally doing all this, and considering I have, yeah, I'm like, considering I did, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so yeah, using customization, and then of course I did Reyna and also Claude, so yeah, I have definitely done customization 10 times, so can't hold any more items. Will you discard? Yeah. And then I also use replication 30 times, mostly when I was getting more experience cards. So yeah. So you got 2,000 full magic film and forged bills. Alright. Reach compounding level 10. And that was basically, I was just using up SP points, mostly for Reyna, Bowman, Opera, and Claude. So basically everyone who I wasn't focusing, meaning Welch, Ernest, and Leon, I was just putting SP points there. I'll have to show you guys what I actually did, but like I said, for these ones I was just trying to round out or use up the SP. Wasn't going for anything specifically, because I pretty much on all the other characters have already gotten the very specific ones I wanted, and now I'm just trying to use up the SP. Alright, so that's what that was. Reach replication level 10. Yeah, I knew I was going to need to do the replication for the experience card, so yeah, I totally went up for the replication to level 10. Fishing, level 10, that just kind of naturally happened because I was trying to use up SP, and for Claude, I would have actually wanted to have fishing level 10. So yeah, so I did get him to fishing level 10. At least I assume it's him. Can't hold any more items. Will you discard? Unfortunately, yes, I will. Then use battle items 10 times. Yes, since I did not have Reyna in my party, and most of the enemies like to not only poison, which I didn't usually do anything about, but the more unfortunate one was paralyze, and I usually had to do a lot of battle items just to clear that up. reach publication level 10, and that was just more people, and I used the books in order to raise the levels up to level 7, because I did have to do that, of course, for both. I had already showed you guys Leon. I had already previously done it for Welch, but I also did it for Leon, although he wasn't able to do all the way up to level 7, so when I was basically prepping for Ernest to be in my party, I did make sure that that I had written books up for a total of 15 of each, so then I would be able to do both Ernest up to level 7 for everything, and then also do Leon for the couple ones that he didn't have. I think it was like only 4 different books he needed to continue learning. He had done most of them, but again, publication just kind of naturally went up to level 10 because, well, I was able to get writing up to level 7 for everybody without doing anything. Use art 200 times. Why? I did do more art in order to get more goodie boxes. That's pretty much the only reason. And we got 1 legend. Deal a total of 80 million damage. Yeah, I would imagine so. The other thing I guess I should show you guys, not so much that, because I wanted to show you guys the combat skills. So Claude has done everything, including surpass damage limit. And for everyone else, I actually did just go through and do the surpass, not for her though, so everyone's for the surpass damage limit, I did put that all up to level 10. So for like her, I'll go back and actually, go back to the normal, let's just go down the list and get everything to the same level, and then continue on with that. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'll be doing. Let's see, for him, okay. I know this is not the most incredible thing to be watching, but it's what I still need to do. Now, Reina is fully leveled up for all of her combat skills, and I'm like, he's kind of close. But yeah, so that's what we did there for Claude. Yep, so he was the one that got fishing up to level 10. Like I said, I wasn't going for anything specifically, especially for Claude, Reina, because, for them, it was definitely looking to do the, training and the customization, and then I'll go ahead and do like the normal scouting, familiar, that sort of stuff. Survival will be a big one too. Actually, I'll just go ahead and do that. And yeah, so that's what I will be looking to do. And yeah, so I'm like, I'll just continue on because wait, I did have something for her, compounding. So I will go ahead and just do that. I was for basically for both, for Opera, Reina, and Bowman, I was actually looking to work on the biology and the mental science because, as you can see, it does actually up the HP if you do biology, and then you can actually raise your MP, not by a ton, but it's 5 per level. And with Opera and Bowman, they actually do use a lot of MP, so that's what I was looking to do there. And I actually, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. And yeah, and so as you can see for him, he actually was able to get both of those. Opera's running a little bit behind because I think I was trying to put her machinery and also operation, I'm sorry. I wanted to get that up to level 10 because for her, that actually does matter because that has to do with machinist, and she can actually create her own weapons. So that's a good thing for her to have. So yeah, I was working on that, and then I realized I should probably do that. Yeah, so I got sidetracked. Let's go ahead and get out of here. We will go ahead and get out of here, and let's, in the storyline, Nice work, Leon. Let's hurry and get home. Yeah, so we need to go back to the Lacuer Castle in order to continue with the storyline. Oops, I'm so used to going to customization. Oh my goodness. Alright, so...
Come on, Bunny!
Oh, this one's a bit wobbly. What are you talking about? Alright, so... we don't need to do anything else in here. So like I said, we just need to start heading back to the Lacuer Castle. Okay, so we need to talk to this fellow. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything.
You're back. How did it go, sir?
All according to plan. We've mined the ore, and the Lacuer hope's as good as done.
Brilliant, Dr. Guest. Did something happen to Dr. Guest?
No, I don't think so.
I think he just needs a nap.
Welcome back, Dr. Guest. It must have been a hard journey.
Not really. I told you I could have done it by myself.
Well, now
No.
it's time to bring the ore to our king as quickly as possible.
All right.
Okay. Now I wonder... Ooh, I think we can actually go to other locations. Okay, I'm gonna get sidetracked. Totally sidetracked. And actually, what I will do... Let's go ahead and switch around my party formation. Let's see. I think I really just want Opera back in. Opera Bowman. But it would be good to have the other two to level up more. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And the formation... Yeah, actually, that's fine. Okay, PA mode. What can I pickpocket? Alright, let's try to get this miso soup. Oh. So I'm pretty sure Welch is actually telling the story time. Boy, tell us a story, Welch. And this is the same PA that we actually viewed with Reyna. Girl, I want to hear a story from you. Welch. Oh. Oh. Well, once there was a king who was in a bit of a bind. He ruled over a very cold land in the north, and lots of people froze to death every time winter rolled around. The king wanted to help his subjects, so he spent a great deal of time thinking about what to do. He knew that the lands to the south produced lots of food crops, more than enough to get his nation through the winters. And sorry, I'm trying to hurry so I can make sure to read everything. Welch, thus the king decided to send an army to invade his neighbor to the south. What? Welch, but there was a twist. In the southern country, there lived a woman who was once his childhood friends with the king. The king once thought that he would marry her someday, but gave up on the thought so he could devote himself to his kingdom. So war broke out between the two countries with big losses for both sides. Welch, after the war was over, the king sent a letter to his childhood friend. But the devastating war that had taken place had created an enormous, near insurmountable barrier between the two. And so the girl never replied. The end. Boy, being a king must be lonely. Girl, I feel bad for the girl. Welch, a king is the most powerful person in his nation, but he's also the loneliest. Boy, if you take things that aren't yours, I guess you'll wind up paying for it later. Girl, that's what he gets for starting a war like that. Welch, indeed. It was pretty stupid of the king not to realize such a simple fact of life. And I guess that was it. So I will admit I don't know that much of Welch's backstory. So I don't know if that has anything to do with, like, her, you know, her starting point, her, you know, her background and all that sort of stuff. I have no idea. Sorry, I just wanted to check for dungeons. Okay. And let's go ahead and go to Harley. Nope. Sorry. Alright, let's go ahead and go up here. Oh, we might find out what's going on with Eleanor.
Huh? Is that you, Bowman?
Claude, what are you doing here?
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Well, you know, I was just worried about the beautiful lady that lives here.
Mm-hmm. You're worried
Yeah, right,
about the
Bowman.
kid.
You're worried about Eleanor, aren't you?
Yeah, that too. You see that, Claude?
Ooh, she did make it! Oh my gosh! As I said in previous episode where we did this, I didn't think we would do it in time because I had spent so much time leveling up and blah blah blah. But she made it! I'm so happy. I guess I shouldn't have actually looted that treasure chest because I would have gotten a ring of happiness now. Ah well.
Oh, it's you two. Thank you so much for everything. Thanks to you, my daughter's back to her normal self again.
That's
I've never
exciting.
felt so relieved in my entire life.
Doesn't it feel great? This is why I can't stop working in this field.
Are these the doctors you were telling me about, Mom?
That's right, Eleanor. They're the people who saved your life. Now, what do you say?
Yes, Mom. I know. Thank you, mister. Thank you, old man.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, you don't have to thank me.
Old man?
Comparatively, sure. Although I think they both should have been, whatever.
I'm so glad you came to visit. I was just thinking that I had to thank you in some way or another.
Hey, Mom. Is it all right if I go outside?
No, Eleanor. We've got two very important guests here.
Oh, but I promised Patty and everything.
She'll just have to wait. I'll explain everything to her afterwards.
Okay, Mom.
Don't worry about us, ma'am. It's okay. You can go ahead and play with Patty if you like.
Really, mister?
She's expecting you, isn't she? You don't want to keep her waiting all day, right?
Yay! I'll see you later.
Oh, Eleanor. I'm sorry about this. The second her illness was cured, she was practically bouncing off the walls. I could hardly keep her in the room.
There's nothing wrong with that, is there?
That's true. You know, I really appreciate everything you've done for me. I don't know how to thank you. I don't have very much to share, but if you don't mind, you're always welcome in this house.
What's wrong, Bowman?
Old man, he's still focusing on that, isn't he?
I want you to be honest with me, Claude. Do I really look that old to you?
Sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry. Although, while I'm here, I guess I should check with Real to see if I've gotten anything else that she'll be able to give me. What are you doing here today? Apparently, no. So I need 2 more types of fish, which I don't think I'll be able to get because I'm pretty sure I got everything. So, best of luck to you. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over to Hilton. Switch to PA mode. Apparently I already stole from her. Bowman, did I steal from you? Although I do want to get... Sorry. I do want to get more... looks like I already have a lot, but I wanted to make sure I had them. Let's go... Oh, there's Opera. Huh, okay. Alright, so I guess this will probably be, Ernest? Let's see. Ernest? What is it? You look like you want to ask me something. Claude? Oh, do I? Ernest, haha, you should probably be more careful, you know. I can read your face a lot more easily than you think. But is that a bad thing? Ernest, so what are you gonna ask? Claude, you're an archaeologist, right, Ernest? Ernest, sure, why? Claude, do you know anything about the sacred grounds of Linga? There's something there called the door to another world. Ernest, yeah. The places of the bones of dragons and giants and so forth, right? Those bones were really well preserved. A fascinating site to explore. Ernest, that's actually one of the motivations that led this little trip, you know. An acquaintance of mine had a bit of an accident when he visited the place, so I've had an interest in it for a pretty long time. Claude, an accident? Wouldn't that mean it's pretty dangerous then? Ernest, archaeologists don't have the time to be worried about superstitions and things, you know. Ernest, when I actually visited, it struck me, there's no way that place happened naturally. There's some man-made power at work there, definitely. Claude, man-made power? Ernest, yeah, I mean, it's just too perfect. Even if there were really a race of giants, I totally got... Alright. If that place is meant to be a gravesite, then why hadn't the bones be found anyplace else? That's true. Ernest, and those monsters we saw deeper inside, you don't see things like that on Expel very much. Ernest, now I can't make any conclusions until I conduct a thorough investigation. It's just speculation, but it's based on years of on-site experience. Ernest, someone or something was messing around with that site in the past. I'm sure of that much. There's no way the place would have been such a treasure trove of rare herbs otherwise. Not in the middle of that wasteland, anyway. What can I pickpocket? Bloody driver. No, you mustn't go too far. Too bad. I don't really want statues of the warrior idol or the fairy statuette. I'm sure they're cute. Oh yeah. Okay, switch back to normal. Did we do everything? Yes. Okay, so what you're going to do now... Sorry. Sidetracked again. Just was thinking I probably did not... Okay, so he needs taste. Alright, so just Ernest needs taste. Alright, so let's go ahead. Can he cook? Okay, good, he can. So let's go ahead and do orchestra. And then go back down to cooking. Go over to Ernest. Let's go ahead and just do...
Well, let's get going.
Okay, he still didn't get it, so let's try again.
Let's get going.
Aha, he just learned taste. Alright, so one more thing that we got done. What am I doing running around? Am I crazy? Although I need to verify. Yep, bodyguard's been turned back on. I remember to do that. Yay. And funny call, not publication. Ooh, but publication might be something I need to do. Okay, back to the core city.
Dr. Guest, how did it go, sir?
Couldn't have gone better. Can't talk now, though. Gotta report to the king.
Oh, yes, sir. Excuse me.
So as you can see, everyone has still been evacuated. Ooh, and even that vendor's not there anymore. Huh, alright.
The king and your parents are waiting for you, Dr. Guest.
I'll be in the throne room as soon as I can. Let's get moving, dude. I don't have time for any side trips right now.
Yeah, we already did all of them. Okay, let's get going. There aren't any missions. Yeah, I wanted to double check. Sorry. Let's go ahead and go up to the throne room, which is going to be up here.
Welcome back, Dr. Guest. We've been waiting for you.
Everywhere he goes, he's Dr. Guest.
I'm relieved to see you back, Leon. How did the ore mining expedition go?
I have the ore with me right now, sire.
Ah, brilliant. I knew you'd live up to your promise, Leon. Right then, Floreth and Murdoch, let's finish up work on the Lacuer Hope as quickly as possible.
Yes, sire.
Check it out, Mom. I got it. The real thing.
Mind your manners, Leon. You are in front of the king.
We will begin the final construction phase on the Lacuer Hope immediately, Your Majesty. Would Leon be able to come with us? We will need his expertise on site.
Sorry.
Yes, by all means. Now, how should I deal with you?
Wait, what?
What? Deal with us?
Now, there's nothing to be angry about. We have already conducted a full background check on your party. It fully matches the story you gave us. You are investigating the sorcery globe on behalf of the King of Cross.
Oh, so you didn't trust us on our word then?
But there's little doubting you now. In fact, I realize that you are more than worthy of my entire kingdom's trust.
So, what would you like from us, Your Majesty?
Ah, you'd like to cut to the chase. Very good. To make a long story short, I want your talents where I need them the most. At the frontline base, aiding our armed forces.
The frontline base?
As I'm sure you know, the base is currently under attack from an army of ghastly monsters. Any ship leaving for El would have to depart from the base. With things being as they are, I can't possibly do that for you right now. Without a powerful weapon on our side, forming a fleet capable of navigating to El is a near impossible task.
So until you can finish the Lacuer Hope, you'd like us to get you all a little breathing room.
Precisely. I knew the heroes from Cross would understand. You want to get to El? I want to get to El. It's the perfect arrangement, wouldn't you agree?
We really don't have any other choice. Besides, we aren't the kind to sit and watch the monster hordes capture Lacuer in one fell swoop.
We have a deal then. I'd like you to set off for the frontline base as quickly as possible. I'm counting on you, my friends.
Alright. So we can go ahead and continue on with the story. Oh good, I thought I was leaving, but now let's go ahead and check. There aren't any missions. Oh come on, we completed a mission. Fine. I did go ahead and fast travel to Hilton. I know, I tripped over my words, but I want to do a couple things first. The first thing I want to do is, of course, show you guys where the front line is. So when we go up over here, and actually I haven't come up this way, because you can see there's a treasure chest. Oh, that means I missed one as well. There's going to be one over more by Hilton. Maybe I'll just get that when I start up again, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to go ahead and end in Hilton, because I think I want to go ahead and do some of the writing books for all of my characters that I now have. Unfortunately, I should have done it with Leon, but that's okay. I'll be able to get him again. But of course, this is the front lines. I can't exit. I can only enter it through the main gate. But as you can see, there's a weapon there. So I also want to come over here and verify that I have. Yep, I have everything over here. All right, I just wanted to verify that I didn't need to do any more. That I needed to do any more fishing. So what I'm going to do is I will go ahead and head back to Hilton. Because what I will do is I am going to look, like I said, to actually do some publication. Basically for all the characters, I'll need to do it for Welch, Ernest, and then also Bowman, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, I already got it for Miss Opera. So the good thing is instead of, so this is not 100%, but it's 90%, so mostly will be good. But more importantly, the bottom one, which used to be when I only had 3 characters, that used to be at a success rate of 1%. It was so hard to try to get Opera's special book for the friendship level 28. Now, of course, this one, the 16, that's more of a friendship level. This one is more, like, if it's the opposite sex, then definitely more of a relationship. But yeah, so that at the end will make it so then I can basically force characters to become very affectionate for each other. Again, not really necessarily romantic, but just really close friendships. So yeah, I will be working on that, and so I will go ahead and end this episode here. Did go over a lot of stuff, really didn't go all that much more to story, but we got a little bit further because we know we have to go to the frontline base next. But don't have any PAs, so that shouldn't get me on a bunny trail. But it was really nice to see that Eleanor did survive. Like, when I was doing that old side quest, I totally didn't think that she'd survive. But yeah, fortunately she did. So I will go ahead and say goodbye to everyone. I hope you guys have a really good day, whether it is morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is for you guys. Just have a really great one. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!